Welcome to another week. There it is. Did I say that was the best running machine ever? Never gave me any problems, never gave me any issues? Well, guess what? It's giving me issues. So we're going to take it up, put it on the table, and I'm going to walk you through what we're doing, and hopefully it helps somebody. So let's get at it. Hi, my name's Gus Cameron, and I'm the owner of This Old Chopper. Yep, freaking crazy music on the freaking radio again. God, I hate that. You gotta pay attention to that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get demonetized. I'm not even monetized. Ha! I'm gonna get copyright infringement. Anyways, screw it. Screw it. This is a bit of a bitch to do by myself. But damn thing, it's got a little bit of a port list. You know what that is? Means she wants to go over to the left. Goddamn thing. And then you gotta hook it. You don't want to go too far. Anyways, goddamn radio off. Yeah. So there, it's on the table. It is painful trying to do this by yourself. You know? So, what's the problem, you wonder? The problem is, this old chopper stopped charging. We headed out last weekend, and my son was riding the shovel, I was riding that. We got all the way over to Shearwater for the Highway to Heroes ride, and then I went to start it, and click, 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 click. So my son is in a motorcycle club. It's an MC, and I had him push me across the parking lot. Pretty cool, eh? I got an MC pushing on a veteran to get his motorcycle started. Thank you, Ryan. And we had a great visit. Ryan and Jamie and Jordana, we were all over here. Went to the cottage, we had fun. It was all good. So let me wrap this up, and I'll show you what's going on and how I tested it. All right, right back. Part two. So this thing stopped charging on me. I've done some tests on the Stator, and I think the Stator's bad. I'll show you what I did and how I did it. So let me flip it around. All right, so in my particular application, you can see down there, right there, that goes to the voltage regulator rectifier, which is up front, which is this chrome piece. What I've been testing is the stator, and the stator's right here. That's where it plugs in, and that is a pain in the ass. I can't even get it plugged back in again. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let go all the tie wraps that are underneath the engine and see if I can get a little more wire a little more plug coming through so I can get this plugged back in. I'm getting some conflicting information because I'm going to tell you how to test it. So the first thing you do is you got to test your stator. And in your stator, you set your multimeter to like 20 AC volts. 20 AC volts. You put the two probes in the plug. It doesn't matter which one goes where because it's AC. Doesn't matter. And you start the bike. You're supposed to get anywhere between 16 and 26 on the AC setting. I'm getting 14. I did meter my battery when that plug was plugged together, and it wasn't charging. It was like 12.5 or 12.4 on the battery, even with the bike running. So you start the bike, you meter that plug, that goes straight to your stator, which is underneath this cover, right? Your rotor and stator's in there, and you're supposed to get between 16 and 26 on the AC. Just like I said, I was getting 14. So the other thing that I did is you can check resistance between these two plugs, and between those two connectors you're supposed to get 0.1 to 0.5 of an ohm. I was getting 1 ohm. So that tells me the resistance is too high in the stator and it's got to be changed. You know, you can check one of the leads to ground to see if your stator has gone to ground. Mine hasn't, so it was good. On continuity, you check the continuity between one part of the plug to ground, then the other part of the plug to ground. You shouldn't have any continuity, and I don't, so that's one thing that's okay. But here's what I got over here. I got a new gasket, $60. $60 for a primary gasket. I got a stator, and I got a voltage regulator rectifier. Same kind of plug. Same kind of plug. 2-prong. So, I just think I'm gonna rip it apart and change out those two pieces. Because trying to figure out what's bad and only replacing one part out of the two part. Actually, there's 3 parts in this equation. There's the rotor. So the rotor's got the magnets in it. I did have a problem. I can't remember if it was on my wife's Sportster or if it was on this one. One of the magnets came loose and came unglued, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I'm going to drain this down. I'm going to try to make a longer wire. If the wire is the same length on that regulator as this regulator, I'm just going to cut it and I'm going to splice 4 inches just to get my plug a little higher so I can unplug it and plug it in for whatever purpose. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, stick with me. Okay, so here we go. I got all the oil drained out of the primary. So my little container there. What did I do? I let the shifter go. I took the plugs out. I adjusted the clutch. I took all the adjustment out of the clutch. I screwed the clutch in. That's all good. I slackened off the tensioner on the bottom here. And now I'm just working from front all the way around and keeping my bolts in the proper order. This might be loud. So far, they're all the same length. All right, so that's that. So, this cover should come off. Did I miss one? I know that's a drain plug, so I didn't miss any. Let me go get a rubber hammer and give it a tap tap. I'm thinking that nut's got to come off. 9/16. Yeah, for sure. For sure. How did I miss that? You know, I've had this off so many times I can't even remember how many. There she is. Maybe I gotta completely let go of that, so I can't really remember. Maybe I can't see this being an issue. It's probably the chain. All the tension's out of the chain, so this is not it. I'm sure of it. This is not it. I know you guys are yelling at me. You're supposed to do this. Can't see a damn thing. It's all right. Okay. Almost got it. I know this is your adjustment. So yeah, there's that piece. So I don't know what's holding this on. She's gonna drip. It's probably the chain. Probably the chain. I'm gonna have to stick a screwdriver in there to lift the chain up. Can't really remember. Get the chain off the tensioner. Oh, it's coming. Look at that. She is off. There you go. So there you go. There's the inside of his primary. Yeah, see, it's the spring. The spring. So the stator's behind that. Behind the rotor. All right, so stick with me and I'll keep you updated on what I'm doing. Okay, so here we go. So on the outside of this hub, so it was a good thing I did take that nut off of there because you wouldn't get the cover off. So on the outside, there's a big circlip right there. So that's on the outside. You take this off. Then there's a circlip on the inside on this spline. And then this big 1.25" nut is on the front sprocket. So this should all come apart. This should all come off as one unit. Let's just see if I can do it. Okay. Oh, it's the magnets. It's the magnets. Okay, keep the orientation of that. And then that. And that goes there. This goes in here like this. So I keep the orientation right. There. So there you go. So there's the first look at the stator. Oh, what's that? I don't know, there's a bunch of grease between that and that. What does that? Is that grease? No. Something melted. That's weird. Ain't that weird? Well, I don't know what that's all about. I don't think I've ever changed this stator. I think the stator that I changed was on my wife's 98. I was thinking that, Luke was thinking that I did this one, but I'm pretty sure I haven't done this one. And there's a little bit of a weird thing going on. Let me see if I can get you a little closer and you can have a look at it. See that? It's kind of like gray goop, but it's hard. It's hard. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe you can see it better there now. Anyways, I don't know. We'll have to investigate. Update. Got the rotor off, and yeah, that's just insulating putty for where the wires are connected to the stator. So that's not a problem. So I don't see any obvious issues with this, but the readings don't lie. There's something going on with it. It's not, it hasn't gone to ground, but it has resistance, and too much resistance according to Throttle Addiction. That's who I've been watching. Anyway, so there you go. Good thing I got a gasket because I busted my gasket. Anyways, there, you should replace them. $60. Did I say that already? So yeah, there you go. So I had a little bit of a problem getting the plug out. It's a long plug and a short hole because the motor mount plate is right there. I don't know if that motor mount plate is a little bit bigger than normal, but I had a bit of a bitch of a time getting that long plug to make a turn to come out that hole. Anyways, I think I'm going to stuff it forward and then zoop it around. I'm going to go to the other side, and I'm going to work on the voltage regulator. I'm going to cut all the tie wraps underneath the engine, and I'm going to measure the length, and I'm going to probably extend the new one with the right gauge wire, so I can have my plug a little higher instead of being at the end of its length, you know. I see videos where the plug is absolutely underneath the bike, and that plugs into that. So maybe I can route that down instead of over. I can route it down, and I can get the regulator to plug into this underneath the bike and then tie wrap it up. Anyways, that's to be seen. Yeah, we got a bit of a mess here, but we're into it now. So let's just keep moving. Righto, I'm using blue because sometimes red is impossible to get out, and this is pretty small bolts. So, and there is blue on them. I can just see that now. So I'm just adding a little bit of blue. 30 to 40 inch-pounds. 30 to 40 inch-pounds. I'm going to bring it in crooked, so I'm going to do a little bit at a time on each one. This is just general mechanics, you know. You can read the manual and get all the tips and tricks you want. But, I mean, when you've been wrenching for a while, it's kind of general mechanics. You don't go all the way in on one and make it cockeyed and then expect that one to bring it in straight. So once it starts going in on that one, move over here to take that one, this one, you know. Don't run it all the way in because it'll just get cockeyed on you. Is that a bad word for YouTube? Who knows? All right, so they're all... this one's going in now. Okay, they're all on the bottom. They're all seated. Okay, so I'm just making sure they're in there. Yep, so now I'm going to switch it over. I already got my torque wrench set to... I know all these adapters on it might change the setting, but it's set to 35. Let's just see how close we are. There you go, 35. 30 to 40 is what the book calls for. Make sure you're all the way to the bottom. Makes me nervous with these little bolts. You know, you're waiting for it to click, and you're thinking, Jesus, it's either going to strip or it's going to click. That's it. One more time. Yep. Yep. My arm's in the way. Yep. Yep. So there you go. There's the new plug. They're supposed to go down and under the engine. I had mine going above, but I'm going to change that. I'm going to change the location of that plug because I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to start working on the voltage regulator. I got both. I might as well change. You don't change that without changing that. You know, there's like $65 or $70 at Fort 9, free shipping. So what the hell? I think we're good. I think we're good. Plugs in, ready in the boat. Good old Navy. All right, we'll be back. Okay, so when I built this bike, I didn't want to put any tie wraps on it, but these are not visible. These are down and under, so I don't think it's a big deal. There are lots of them. I'm gonna be able to see that before I can cut it. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna move the plug. Definitely gonna move the plug because I don't know if I think I already showed you. It's in a terrible, terrible spot. So these, I believe, are all voltage regulator wires. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, they are. 1, 2, 3 wires. One's a ground. Oh, I gotta get rid of my bell. Okay, we'll get that back on there another day. Okay. There we go. Get that bell back on there later. Has it got a dingle? Yeah, it's got a dingle in it. Alright, so these are the wires. There's another tie wrap right there. Put that down. See, I did the wiring and then I did the plumbing. So it's kind of painful. But I got all these wires. So it's these 3. What I should do is you know, I'm probably gonna, I'm gonna cut this. You know, I don't even know the voltage regulator's broken, but I'm going to rob some wire. And it's kind of hard. Holy shit. The wire's right hard. That tells me it's overheated a little bit. Anyways, I'm going to take the voltage regulator off and then I'm going to get some slack up top. Alright. So I was just looking at the video and this video is quite long. It's 46 minutes. Start to finish. So I'm going to break it up in two parts. So, you know, 23 minutes is plenty for a video. I don't want you guys sitting there for 46 minutes. That's too long. So I just wanted to say thanks to all you guys, all my new subscribers, those folks that helped me get my barn find video to 10,000 views. My God, that's the most I've ever had. Holy crow. You know, I was down to 2,200 watch hours. And now I'm up to 3,000, so 1,000 to go. If I can get to 4,000 watch hours, I'd be golden. So I'm going to try to keep creating content So you guys stay engaged, and I hope I'm answering questions. And if you got any, send me a message. Make a remark in the video. Give us a comment. Anyways, like I always said, check on a buddy, family, friend, neighbor. Don't matter. They need to hear from you. And we'll see you next week for part 2. All right.